Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Quest and Quill. This week's Halloween episode, we're going to take to the sky. In case you don't remember our last episode 2 weeks ago at this point, the party was able to go invisible and sneak directly onto an airship from the great skyport in Baygate. And from there, they have now set off, sailing through the night, high over the colony. And at dawn, as they awake, all but one rises. One of their members seems to be in a deep, deep slumber, and she cannot be awoken, seemingly no matter what. The rest of you, while finding this strange, do have to proceed with your day. And so, you are brought out. On the ship, there seem to be relatively, you would expect more deckhands for such a large vessel. There are 4 giant fan-like
turbines?
Copter wings, turbines. Yeah, turbines is probably the best word for them. Yeah. And a giant elemental engine, similar to the one that you've seen on the train. Only this one seems to spew lighter, wispier smoke instead of the heavy black smoke of the train's engine. Perhaps they're harnessing a different type of technology here. But aboard the ship, you guys are fairly undisturbed. There seems to be a cook, a small gnomish halfling man who brings you a fine meal for your breakfast. You know, there's eggs and bacon. There's eggs and sausages and a couple things that also preserve well. There's a captain. He's a gnomish man with a very big hat, way too big for his head. And he greets you cordially and then goes back to his cabin. And besides that, the ship seems to be empty until, from the other unopened room, a familiar figure trances out. One red tiefling with a very charming smile on her face. She comes to meet you. Well, good morning, boys.
Hello, Lily. How you been?
Well, how did you all sleep? I presume your mattresses were comfortable enough?
Mine was. Never slept in the sky before. It's a first for me.
Like sleeping on a cloud, isn't it?
Indeed. A creaking cloud.
By the way, not all of you got mattresses. Half of you are sleeping in hammocks. Probably about 1 mattress, maybe 2 you might have shared. Big bed in the cabin. Seems to be rather tightly packed. But you can make your way onto the deck if you'd like to go into the Albert Rodeo. There's the map I've prepared for you all. You don't have to switch to it yet, though, Diego. And if you guys would just totally ignore the top half of the map, that would just be great for me.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Never mind, you don't have to. I'm professional at this.
I'd just like to say this is Havel's first time being on a airship. He's been on the trains, and he feels a little wheezy and a little skitterish. And he's like, this is safe, right? We ain't gonna be crashing now, right? Yes?
You guys do indeed make your way onto the deck, and the first thing that you notice, more than anything, is it is windy. The wind just seems to hover all around you and pass over you. The turbines make a loud noise, but the engine itself seems to run rather quietly, with nothing but a low hum and the occasional shh of passing air or steam. The ship itself seems to be a fine wooden and metal construction, but you know that this is no normal wood. This is some either magical wood or perhaps one of the fine woods of the jungle. It's particularly light. And the ship seems to be armed with harpoons on all of its sides. And on the front, what appears to be some sort of flame, some sort of large device with what looks like a bell at the front. It looks similar to the harpoon guns, but seems to have a spout instead of what you'd expect to be a very large spear or ballista of some kind. As the ship tugs along and hums, Lily shows you around and says, "Fine device, isn't it? Top of the line."
It's something.
What is it?
It's one of our latest airship designs from the ARC. It was developed in the colony, actually. So, some homegrown technology from Baygate. Our captain is actually related to the designer and was part of the construction crew himself.
Interesting. How long till we get to the spire?
It's a 2-day journey, even by the air, and that's with good winds on us. Though, without any sails, this ship does do much faster than all of the others. We might perhaps be on the fastest ship in the colony right now. I hope you're all duly impressed. Though do be careful. The wind around the rails can be treacherous at times. So approach with caution and hold tight. She smiles at Havel, seeing his nervousness.
You sure that the captain know what he's doing, right? And so does the crew. There's no reported accidents or anything.
This is the first journey out of the city.
It's like, all praise, pray, Lord. All praise, pray, Lord. All praise, pray, Lord.
Can I go look over the edge?
You can indeed. As you look over the edge, you notice the large forests of the Northern Serpent Mountains. To the south of you, huge cracking mountains rise into the clouds. To the north of you, the open, waterway that comes in from the ocean all the way towards the mountains to which you guys are sailing. This high in the sky, you can see miles, kilometers around you. You can see over the water towards large mountains in the north, covered in ice and snow. And finally, looking to the east, you see the mists hanging over where you know to be the western jungles. The very jungles towards which you sail.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoot over closer to the mast. Or the center of the ship.
Yeah, there's no mast, there's only a small flag, which currently is flying. The flag of Baygate, which you guys know to be, it's 2 squares, basically in the shape of a bridge.
Is Lily still around?
Yeah, she's watching you guys admire the scene.
Do you want to do something, Salt?
I just enjoy the sights mostly.
Fair enough.
Why, do you have something in mind?
No. I got a question for Lily, though.
And what would that be, John?
I was just wondering, how did you come to join the Watchers?
She hesitates for a second. That's a long story, perhaps better told over a meal or drinks. Now is not the right time. We have more important matters to discuss at present, like your gentleman's approach to the spire. There's a lot of background noise. Sorry.
Sorry, I gotta move.
All right,
That's,
just if you don't mind.
So, I mean, what is there to discuss? Is there more that you can tell of us, of the mission?
Well, if you'll just come below deck, I have something to show you that's perhaps best kept out of the wind.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll come with him.
Sure. I'll follow them.
Definitely going.
You guys can look in the world building and canon channel, where you will find the spire hold sketch. She pulls out a small piece of parchment, clearing the table of your guys' breakfast, which to this point still lays, half eaten, as you were unable to finish all that was put before you, and unrolls a scroll. On it, you see the large twin-peaked spire and a bunch of lines and notes. The first of which reads the storm spire, the snow spire, the center, the core of the deep, and then a bunch of X's etched into the lines. S, D, and P. Which says, "Do any of you know of the spire, might I inquire?"
I'd say I do. Some kind of fortification, I imagine.
A dwarven hold. As old as the colony itself, really.
Alright. And what is it? Remind me, what is it exactly you want us to be doing with this? Are we protecting it?
No. Not so much. We have something of great importance inside, and it would be most favorable to us, and we would be quite inclined to reward you if only you could retrieve it for us.
Okay, and what is it, and do you know where it is specifically in the spire?
On the nature of what we need you to retrieve, I am limited as to what I can say, though I am certain that it is somewhere in the center.
Why?
You must understand that
Go on.
You must understand that the spire has been under siege for nearly a year now.
Mhm.
Information is shoddy at best. I don't know if you've heard the rumors, but apparently it's already fallen.
Alright, so do you have any idea what it is that we're supposed to be getting from there?
Yeah, how are we supposed
Something
to
to go on?
if you won't tell us what it is?
We have a contact on the inside. He is an alchemist of sorts, a tinkerer, the kind. Mr. Thumbolt. And Thumbolt will give you what we need. It will probably be in a large chest, which your friend here, and she runs her fingers across Aslan's muscular chest, which your friend here will no doubt be able to carry, so I think it's all alright.
Alright. Well,
I would like to know, what is it that we're carrying? Is it hazardous? Can we toss it around? Because it seems like if this thing is under siege, we're going to be in a bit of a scuffle. And we need to make sure that, we just can't kick it around.
Ideally, we want it intact. If you would not break the chest, that would be perfect for us.
Well, I mean, how fragile is fragile can be.
I would say very fragile. Perhaps
And
better kept safe.
what would happen if said fragile thing were to break? Can we say kaboom, boom, bang, pop?
No, I think far worse. I think it would spell doom for all of us, in fact.
Doom, not boom.
Yes,
With a D.
not just for your little band of friends, but for the entire colony and perhaps the entirety of the Mother Earth.
Well, we'll be sure to be cautious with it.
Leave it to me. Delicate.
You seem to know a lot about something you can't describe to us.
The more information we have, the better we can execute said plan.
Well, you must understand that I am but a mouth, and sometimes the mouth is not privy to all of the information.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you're not the one in charge?
Oh, naive young man. And then she looks at you and realizes you're kind of old.
I'm an old man.
So, who does lead the Watchers?
You have a lot of questions.
Well, yeah, it's
That is fair, but we are led by a higher power, calling of sorts. One who is omnipresent and sees all, if you understand.
Sounds like the Savior.
He is definitely my savior.
Good then. Well,
then we are presented with a few options. As you can see, they have been marked. The most obvious would be the sky dock, which is closest to the center and would lead you directly to your quarry. However, we're not certain that the sky dock is still operational. In fact, an airship supposedly launched from there some time ago now, plunged to the canopy below, and we believe that it was due to a misopportune launch, if you understand my meaning. Then she looks at Aslan. We think they were under attack. It might be dangerous. Perhaps this part has already fallen to the enemy. The other two options, however, don't present themselves as much easier. We could land directly at the top. It would be the safest, getting us as far away from the lizard folk as we might. But the storm spire is called that for a reason. It lies often within the clouds, and sailing through the clouds with an airship can be hazardous at the best of times, and deadly at the worst. For the same reason that the storm spire is known as the storm spire. It's rather electrifying up there. However, if we landed lower in the core, we could land at the skyport. Perhaps we might have our best luck there. There's an old dock we occasionally use for smuggling. However, then you would need to make your way up from there into the core, and we are at this point unsure whether it is the lower levels or the center that has been taken. We can with certainty land you at the top, but making your way down is not so certain. It is the same for the bottom.
What kind of resistance are we looking at?
Do you fellows read the paper? Do you know what's going on at the spire? She looks around at you.
Yes, I read the paper all the time.
Well,
Every day.
I kind of read. I kind of read the little cartoons, the little pictures.
That would
That's
make
why
sense.
you're looking.
Well, to put it shortly, the lizard folk and the dwarves of the spire have been at war for as long as the spire has existed, frankly. But it seems some force has driven them up from their holes in the jungle, and now they attack it relentlessly. I've heard that below the canopy, teams with scales slithering like snakes. But we cannot take these descriptions. They're rather fanciful, aren't they? And we know that the newspapers are rag. Our men on the inside tell us that it's a slightly different story, and we know of the stubbornness of dwarves, so... Unfortunately, in times of war, information is never perfect.
Just so. But as to where we should enter from, I think the best place is probably wherever you can stay docked safely, because you're supposed to be our ride home, I imagine.
I'm afraid that is not an option at all. You do understand that this lizard folk do indeed have aerial mounts of their own. They fly wyverns, scaled horrors that haunt the skies. We are not safe to stay docked anywhere near the spire. We will have to drop you off and then extract you.
I see.
This is why we're making the plan now. We need to be clear on exactly what we are doing.
Well, once we get there, I hope, or I imagine, that it wouldn't take more than a day for us to retrieve whatever it is we need. So perhaps from whatever time you drop us off, you can swing by and pick us back up the same hour on the following day.
I would agree with you, except for that it could perhaps take more than a day to traverse between the core and the center of the spire. Perhaps even 2 days if we're landing you at the top. The peak, the stairway down is long, and the lifts uncertain.
Well, by the sounds of it, it sounded like the core skyport is probably our safest bet. I'm imagining. Correct me if I'm wrong. But sure, if you think a couple of days is better, that's fine. But worst case, I can always contact you to either delay the pickup or to come sooner if we've already succeeded. But sure, we can do for 2 days.
Well, John, I think I might have a alternative solution just in case we need to get out of here. Lickety split. I do like a quick sketch drawing of a teleportation circle, and it's like you have like one of these things in some place, in whether it's Bay Gate or some other area where we can meet.
She looks at the circle. These are rare magics, not often allowed by the officials of the colony. The ones that I do know of are currently occupied, might I say.
No. Do you happen to occupy one of them?
One, though I could not guarantee your safety there. You understand that the only one that we occupy is also at the heart of our operations, and putting you there might compromise us and thereby yourselves.
Oh, give me a break. You want us to risk our neck at a stormy peak spire full of lizard folk that could fly, and you want to abandon us there for 2 days minimum to get something that could blow the entire known world that we know, and you don't want us to teleport back into your little hideout because you're afraid that we might be compromised? Come on.
Listen, I see your point. However, there are too many pieces in play to compromise the safety of any one facet. If we were to take you into our fortress, our domain, you would have to be truly devoted to the cause. Are you? Are you all truly devoted to the cause?
I think if we weren't devoted to the cause, we wouldn't be here. We'd still be tearing apart that town we were just in, having a grand old time.
Are you prepared to be branded?
Branded?
She slips the red covering from her wrist, showing an eye slit in it.
Yeah, you'll need to find room somewhere. It really doesn't mean much to me.
I kind of raise my hands. I don't want to be branded. If you could make it like a leather buck or a bracer, I'll take that instead.
Look, no one's getting branded. You won't even tell us who the leader of the Watchers is. But it's clear that we are with you in the cause, in the fight against the tide. Clearly, we've acted as agents for you for quite a while now, putting our lives in danger many times. I don't think our loyalty should be questioned.
I agree with.
And we are so grateful, believe me. However, I am an agent. You are but assets. There are pieces at play much bigger than you or I.
Well, that's as vague as can be. But it's fine. You don't need to give us the teleportation sigil or whatever it is he needs.
Yeah, I don't particularly care about the transportation sigil or any of that nonsense. What I care about is that we are informed going forward to do what is best. What I'm finding is that the longer you keep us in the dark, the more chances we have to blunder around like idiots trying to do something helpful. And we've seen how well that can go. I think we burned down half the city back there. So maybe a little more information would be warranted. Unless you want us to burn the whole world down, I'm happy with that, frankly. That's fine. I just feel like you might not enjoy that very much, seeing as how you got us out of the town lickety-split.
I understand. And that is very reasonable.
Yeah, thank you. I'm known for how reasonable I am. I appreciate that someone's taken notice.
So I will tell you this much. Within the center, there is the main causeway, which wraps around the waterfall, which you can see here. We are nearly certain that what you seek lies within the center, within the Eld Spire, the center of the spire, part of the oldest dwarven hall. If you go into there, you will find a feasting hall, alongside a library, a small music hall, and some other small rooms. If you head to the center of these circular chambers, you should find Thumbolt there. Thumbolt is your contact. If you can make contact with Thumbolt, you can retrieve the artifact. And if you can retrieve the artifact, then it's a matter of getting it out, isn't it? Listen, we're not betting on you blindly here. This is an import-export mission.
Mm-hmm. So, let me suggest then, if it's going to be up to us to get out of there on our own, that maybe we have a rendezvous point. That seems sensible to me.
I think if we were to drop you off at the skyport, then we pick you up in the same place. Is that
okay? Why wasn't? All right. I thought we suggested that at first.
Indeed, and if you have to make a change of plans, then we can do so.
Sure. All right. Well, that's how we got John here.
Quick question. Is the skyport part of the spire, or the spire is two separate things in the skyport?
The skyport is a place on the spire.
In the spire?
Yeah. Do you see the map?
Yeah, no, I see it, but I didn't see the skyport unless...
That's the skyport.
The very top.
The very bottom.
Oh, the very bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, look, if you guys want to do it this way, it's fine. But given what's in there, we could leave right away as soon as we acquire the asset. I'd rather get out of there. I don't want to get stated. Oversee our welcome there. But if this car you guys want to roll, let's do this then.
Yeah, there's only really one more matter to talk on, and that's payment.
Indeed, as I thought we would. The final matter, I believe, is actually before payment, so perhaps the second last matter, should I say. You are not going in as representatives of the Watchers. We have brought you as a neutral party.
Don't you mean translation, expendable assets?
Quite the opposite, in fact. If you were to perish, that would put quite a few pieces out of play for us. So, more so that we don't want to have our hands involved.
Right.
So, are we not to mention the Watchers while we're there, though?
Ideally, yes. Not until you meet Thumbolt himself.
Of course. And he knows of our coming?
Indeed. Tell him that you are the witness.
Understood.
Is Thumbolt a third party? Oh, he is a Watcher himself.
Thumbolt is similar to you, an asset of ours. A devotee.
Very well.
All right.
Well, I think that's all that we need to know.
The payment, though.
Any of you have any more questions?
How much are you wanting to pay us for this?
Well, as I know, and as I've come to learn, you guys are seeking, you gentlemen are seeking explosives?
Yeah, I thought we already agreed on that.
Well, since we are working towards the same cause, we will happily provide you those at absolutely no cost.
Yeah, I would hope so. We're on the same team, aren't we?
We would be deeply indebted to you, so
Oh,
What
well,
exactly?
you know what? You know what? My compatriot is correct. We do need explosives, but you know what? Also, we need equipment. Equipment for cars. Maybe a X amount of meters of railing.
Yeah.
To hold push carts. Not push carts, but mining carts will be fine. But I turned to John and Saul. I was like, would you agree?
Actually, I would say more so than that, what we really need, and that what I would forgo any payment for, is information and knowledge of the inner workings of what it is that we're dealing with here. I'm getting tired of being in the dark, so I am willing to do this with expectation of no payment. All I want is to know as much as you do.
Well, my fear is that they know as much as we do. Because it seems that, at least from what I've perceived, anytime we brought them information, most of it was new to them. Am I wrong?
Is that correct assessment, Miss Lily?
You are not incorrect. Information is highly treasured, possessively so, amongst my organization.
Okay.
Sometimes feverishly hoard from each other as much as anybody else or the enemy.
Sure. Here's what I want then. I want a meeting with your leader. That's what I want.
That I cannot guarantee you, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, you're going to ask, and you're going to do everything you can to make it happen. I'm not really sure what more we can do to prove ourselves, but it's becoming more and more clear that we need to talk to somebody who has a damn clue what's going on here.
You know, Lily, you always call us assets, but right now, I feel like we're just a set of asses.
Well, we do need you to haul something, don't we? Perfect
Speak for
position
yourself.
for a donkey, isn't it?
Touche. But I kind of agree with the old codger over here. I would like to meet the leader.
I will see what I can do. In the meantime, gentlemen, I am in possession of some choice information, which, as a gesture of our friendship, I will give to you. The enemy that we fight is not of this plane, but
We
simultaneously
know.
was here thousands of years ago. And I can only say this. This is an old and it's hard to speak on such topics, so excuse me. This enemy is as old as our
As Saul?
older, in fact. This enemy is as old as our civilization, perhaps older.
Right. We probably had some idea of that already.
There is reason to believe that in the great cataclysm that took place when Pillow came back and vanquished darkness from the world, this was at least one of the powers that presided over the mortal plane. We believe it to be one of the darkest and most sinister. They want absolute control, absolute domination, and will accept nothing less.
That's why we're necessary. We need to stop it. We're going to stop it.
It seems we're in agreement then. If you guys need me, I think I'll steal that man's kitchen downstairs. And then he walks downstairs into the kitchen.
You see Havel kind of go. I was like, oh, I don't feel so good. Can someone point me to the nearest bucket, please? I don't think I'm gonna make it too well.
Just lean over the side, Havel.
Oh, Pillar, no. Pillar, no. I'm not going over the railing.
I'm gonna make something to eat.
John will look around, see if he sees a bucket.
You can find a bucket.
All right, he would outstretch a hand and telekinetically pick it up and then bring it over to Havel, or float it over to him.
As the bucket's nearby, you see Havel go.
Yeah.
Like breakfast and lunch is coming out.
Yuck.
Let it out. As he's puking, John would stretch out a hand to give him a pat on the back, but then he sees him vomiting and he looks disgusted and he like retracts his hand. He's like, there, let it out. And he gives him a little like air tap, doesn't actually touch him.
Oh God.
What a waste of food.
As Havel tries to take out like a handkerchief and clean himself, he's like, "This better be worth it, John. There's much amount of double talking and whatnot. I'm really concerned. And the fact that Saul traded everything for a beatdown with the guy. I don't know, man."
Well, he tried to, and it rightly seemed like she accepted it, but if you could get an audience with the head watcher, that might help point us in a better direction. But I'm convinced that they are in the same fight that we are, at the very least. And although they don't seem to value us as much as we'd like to, well, at least they trust us enough to give us this job here.
Yeah, but John, we also have a responsibility to the people at Tintin. I mean, if we're gonna fix Tintin, we need to get that mining operation going.
That's true. But hopefully with my little display back in Baygate, in the Downs, there will be enough volunteers upon our return to get that up and running. And if we have those explosives, we could actually use it to begin extracting the Celestial from the vein.
All right.
And I imagine that'll bring in enough money to take care of the people of Tenton, the western ranches.
I don't believe much of Paylor, even though I use his name left and right. But I do believe in this group, in the righteousness that we're doing. I'll leave it at that. But, alright, I'm gonna lie down. He grabs the bucket, holds it like under his chin just in case, and he walks out and looks for his room to lie down again.
Okay.
You make your way to the deck. Can what's your passive perception, Havel?
Passive perception. $13.
You see dots, black dots, on the horizon, getting bigger. Coming from the jungle. closer towards you. Faster. Faster.
I yell out, and it's like, I don't know if it's all the puking I'm doing, but I see black dots coming out of the horizon as I yell out. Is that normal?
Something's going
I
on.
look around.
Can I see
look
it
around
with
for
my
anybody.
eagle vision?
You make your way up with your eagle vision. Aslan, you see what looked like bats, but much bigger, with figures on their back, flying towards you with vicious intent.
How far are they?
At the moment, 100, 200 meters.
John would run down to the kitchen, shouting, everybody get ready, there's a fight coming! Saul, get up here! Grab your gun!
I'll scramble up, unslinging my rifle from my back. What are we looking at?
The dwarven captain pulls out a long-looking glass, which seems to be twice as long as he is tall and seems to, like, dangle at the end, from its own weight. Flyers! Flyers! They're coming! About 200 yards off. They'll be at the bast. Prepare the guns! And he'll make his way to the front. And as he does, you see him pumping, and then he slits up a fume of fire into the air.
John would try to shoot one as it comes into range with his eye beams.
They get closer and closer and closer until eventually you guys see them within just a couple 100 feet of you. Sorry, 1 second. How do I do this? Sorry, I don't know why this isn't working. Bug grab.
Is Leone supposed to be on the map?
No, you can take her off. Just you guys and the dwarven captain.
The celestial
Enormous
breastplate
captain.
that you guys gave Aslan is, you said, is +1?
+2.
+2. Okay.
Sorry, I'll give you the rest of the stats. Yep. But no, I'll just use that. That's good.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, getting things mounted isn't always the easiest, but he's on the front. And you guys notice coming towards you what looks like a large group of these bat creatures, seemingly with humanoids mounted on their backs. They start flocking and swarming towards you. They get into range. They're about 120 meters away. 120 feet away. Who's got range?
I've got range.
John does.
You guys can take shots. What are you shooting at?
I'm gonna aim at one of the winged creatures.
Without someone mounted?
No, if preferably one with someone mounted on it.
Okay.
I want to cause enough, either kill the creature outright or cause it enough pain to maybe buck off the person.
Okay, good to know. Well, we'll start with initiative order in just a second as they fly faster and faster towards you. But as they do, and they get within sight, breaking through the small patches of wispy cloud, you guys notice that these are giant, fell, bat-like creatures with scaly wings and sharp spiked claws. Not like anything any of you have seen before. Stop moving the ship around, my guy. You guys keep moving it around, but it's not necessary.
It's not on purpose. Because I'm gonna like drag the map, and then I click the ship by accident, and it drags the ship. Sorry.
Yeah, you just have to click on things individually first, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So who's top of the round?
Aslan. Is Aslan
Aslan,
John?
you do-
You said they're 120 feet away?
Yeah, you can measure them. The measurement on the map is currently accurate as the swarm approaches you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and to throw the battle axes, I believe that's 60 feet, right? Thrown weapon long range.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have a javelin. Maybe it's time to say goodbye to this thing. I'm gonna throw my last javelin.
Okay. 100 feet is long range even from the front.
Yeah.
So you're rolling with disadvantage.
Unless you
Actually,
wreck
I'll,
one.
I'll reckless throw it. So I'm gonna take like a head start, so I can like throw it like an Olympic javelin thrower. As I run to the front of the ship and I let it loose at the closest mounted bat, I guess. Let's see how this goes.
If you roll a 1, you're gonna just launch yourself off the front of the ship, my guy.
That's not gonna happen.
It's worth the risk.
Yeah, I rolled a 14.
14, and you're aiming for the mount.
Yeah.
You launch the javelin into the air. It flies, striking itself into the creature's scales. A horrific screech echoes through the sky in front of you. What's your
nice.
damage on that?
I didn't expect that to hit, so I didn't roll damage. It's an 8.
8 damage? That's
Yeah.
kind of weak, my guy.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the last of the javelin, I guess.
Well, now it's in the creature.
Yeah, maybe I'll recover it. And then I'm actually gonna rage before my turn is over.
Okay.
If you guys are okay with it. And that's my turn.
Cool. Next.
Oh,
That's you,
John.
It's John's tweet. He's gonna target the same creature that Aslan skewered.
Okay.
And he's gonna take his glasses off, his eyes glowing green, and he's gonna shout, "Eurotop!" And green laser beams shoot out of his eyes towards the creature. And I believe he hits it with the 26 for 14 force damage. And the beam continues. Fuck, does a 13 hit?
13 is the AC of the creatures.
That is nice. Hits it for another 8. So a total of 22 force damage on it.
Nice. You got putting on the hurt. The creature does not like that and screeches again. The rider ducking down to hopefully try and avoid some of the oncoming fire.
Then John's gonna run back, and he's gonna take cover behind the railing here, on the top part of the deck.
Okay. Nice.
He's gonna crouch, and that's his turn.
Mm-hmm. Next.
NPC.
By that you mean me.
Yes.
Lily seems to, her red eyes blaze as she looks aside and she goes, "You guys deal with this. I need to see to something below deck." She rushes below. Unlike her usual calm, cocky smile, you notice a sense of panic over her. The others, the creatures before you, start to swoop. Guys, no moving the ship. No moving the
Oh,
ship.
sorry.
It's
I
fine.
was just
I'm gonna
moving the
have to-
map, I thought.
I'm gonna have to put a mark. Alright, at the top of the round, the ship will move forward, I think, 30 feet, but that's not its actual pace. That's just to represent, going in that direction. That's my plan. Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because all of the creatures will take movements. You notice them start to split off as one group.
Sorry.
Goes to take your guys' starboard side, while the other, led by the one that took the first hit, that was not enough. No, that was perfect. Go more forward. While the others led by the one that you guys attacked, seem to all swoop around. Trying to keep their formation tight as they swoop towards you. At this point, a rattle of gunfire goes off. There are 2 attacks at the gnomish captain. There are 3 attacks at Aslan. And there's 1 at Sol. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah. No, that's not. No, that's too many. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 at Aslan, 2 at the captain, 1 at Sol. Aslan, you take a hit as a bullet strikes through you. That's 10 piercing damage, which of course you can half. The other bullets strike into the deck. The gnomish captain also takes a hit, natural 20.
How much did the one that hit Aslan roll for?
10 piercing damage.
No, I
Also
mean,
natural.
how much to hit?
It was a natural 20.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled double dice as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
he had advantage.
I thought the natural 20 was for the captain.
I got 2 natural 20s, and that's a 13, which does not hit full, does it?
No.
Yep. Then that's my turn. All of the attacks done. As I hail these bullets down on you in an attempt to scare you, perhaps.
All right, Saul's up.
Okay.
You guys notice as their turn ends, after firing their bullets, some of them put their rifles away and their pistols away, and a few of them start to grab what look like heavy iron hooks and chains and start swinging them around.
I scramble ahead. Which one was it that John shot at?
The one that has the hit marker on him.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna open fire on him. He aims his rifle, takes a deep breath, aims, and then fires 2 shots. Does the 27 hit?
Yeah, no, definitely not, huh?
Does a 22 hit? This is aiming at his little bat creature too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 22 hits as well.
Yep.
All right, that's a total of 29 damage.
Noise.
29, good hit. As Soul opens up.
I rolled real well. And that's my turn. If I could use a bonus action to kind of duck underneath the lip of the ship for maybe half cover.
The railing is not like full railing. It's just
is it
bar.
not?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, never mind then.
That's that. Havel, you're up.
Yep. Just to double check something. If something is a 20-foot radius, it's 10 and 10 on each side, correct?
Yep.
No. No, 20-foot radius is 20 on each side, so it's a 40-foot diameter.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay. So I am going to do. I am going to move haphazardly to here. And as I do it, as I get closer to the railing, I'm kind of like going, I get down on my hands and knees, I kind of crawl a little bit, because I'm freaking out, and I slowly crawl up to the railing, hook my hand around the railing, and I'm hugging it for dear life.
Mm-hmm.
And what's it called? I pull out something that he never used before, and with the wind, he pulls out like a pinwheel with that little, in the cartoons, they have the little swirly thing to do like to hypnotize somebody.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast Synertic Snap.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna affect the group on the left.
Okay.
So that's everybody here. I don't know if you see my dot on the map. And they have to get rid of that.
What's the save?
DC 17 intelligence.
Intelligence. Let's check if they have a thing, because that would mean one is very close. Intelligence +2. That means that there are 2 saves and 2 fails. I'll say the one that's been hit and the one at the bottom fail. These
Alright.
2. Please describe what happens to them.
They take 27 psychic damage. And I have the pinwheel in front of me. I got... And it becomes like a piercing noise. If the bats could buckle them off, that'd be great. But the riders would be like holding their ears in, saying that this is taking nothing but psychic damage.
I have to roll for the bats as well, because it's not just intelligent creatures, it's all creatures, right? What's the
Yes.
wording on the spell? That means for the bats, there is 1 fail, 2 fail, 3 fail, 1 save. So all of the bats at the front fail, only the top guy is fine.
Okay, now, DM, I'm sorry, but the spell also has a second mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
After a failed save, the target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as its Constitution saving throw to maintain any type of concentration. The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of their turn to end the effect.
Okay. So next turn they'll need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Right, but until then, like how Bane works, they roll a d6 minus their attacks.
Is it a D6 or a D4?
It's a d6. I'll put it. Let's see. How do I put it in a thing for you guys to see?
Bane is a D4.
Yeah, but Synertic Static is a d6.
Oh, okay.
Hit. All of the hit ones take 27, right?
Yep.
That'll make it easier to remember, at least, I think. Hit. Okay, and this effect that's on them lasts how long?
For 1 minute, and any ability, saving throws and attack roll is a minus d6.
What's it called? Synaptic snap?
No, Synaptic Static.
Synaptic static.
It's really good. It's like a psychic fireball.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a brain to represent everybody who's been synaptic. Well, the first guy and his bat won't have a very good reaction at all. That's all of them. Okay, good turn. Not bad at all. 27 damage across the board. Big hits.
Yep. Thank you very much. And that is all I could do. And it's top of the round. We're back to Aslan.
Aslan, you're up. John is next.
Aslan is going to throw 2 battle axes at the... Wait, let me just measure to make sure I'm not... Yeah, that's
Do you have
within
one
60 feet.
Do you have 1 boomerang battle axe or 2?
2, right?
Nice.
2, I believe. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you got a set.
Nice.
Yeah, I marked it as 2, so... Unless I've been
Yes.
cheating this whole time.
I guess it's 2 then.
Yeah. I'm gonna reckless attack it. Why not?
Do it.
So that's an 18 and a nat 20.
Nice.
And then I throw a 3rd time after it comes back. 21. So I'm guessing all of these hit.
Yes, sir. As Aslan throws, first one hits, throws the second one, catches the first one again, throws it epically.
Yeah, so the first one hits for 11 damage. The second one hits for 12 damage.
Who's the Dota character who uses the glaives? Is it Silencer or one of them?
Yeah,
Just throws up the thing.
I was thinking Draven from League of Legends. You know, just throwing them and picking them back up. And then the third hit hits for 12 damage as well. So that's
So for total, how much?
24 plus 11, 35.
On the first one, right? The same one.
Yeah,
The bat tumbles from the sky.
the third attack does it.
Yes, sir.
Nice, perfect.
Instant fall. The guy in the back is scrambling, but he's synaptic snapped, so he's gonna have disadvantage on whatever he tries to do, I guess, right? If I'm understanding that correctly.
No, it's at advantage. Whatever he rolls a d20 for saves and attacks.
He minuses a d6.
I think ability. A minus a d6.
Okay. So I guess we'll see what he does on his next turn. John, you're up. If you're done, Aslan.
Yeah.
Yep. Then
You end
it's
up
John.
bloodied.
The others in the back are not bloody, they're damaged. The one that's falling is falling. The
Actually-
riders don't look great.
At can I run for cover by the railing after my
Sure.
attacks?
Sure, but as I said, it's not full cover.
Yeah, I'll just
It's not even partial cover. It's just the rail.
okay. I'm just gonna look cool then and duck behind the railing. That's it.
Slam your back into it like some 2000s action shooter. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understood.
With 2 axes.
Hey, John's gonna target the one on the bottom left, and he's gonna shout "Euro top." He's gonna fire beams at the creature, at the
The
bat.
creature not riding. Understood?
Hits with a 26 and with a 24 for 10 plus 15, 25 force damage total.
Okay, that takes it up to that much. Gotcha. That's a decent hit. That screeches as blood starts to leak from it and pour out into the sky.
Then he's gonna run around and take cover behind this thing, and he'll crouch. That's his turn.
That's your turn. The dwarf captain, after taking a shot, screams out. The gnomish captain, sorry, I keep calling him a dwarf. The gnomish captain, after taking a shot, screams out, "Ah!" And then he cranks this little thing and loots his.
Sorry.
But it was, you're right, top of the round, so this thing was supposed to move forward. Why is my measurement not working? 30 feet. 30 feet is that much. The ship moves top of the round there, has a creature approach towards it, and he starts letting out an arc of flame just wildly. However, the arc only goes 20 feet, so he hits nothing.
That's the most useless
He does-
cannon I've ever seen.
He does dissuade everything from coming towards the front of the ship.
He's just zoning them.
Yeah, zone. It's just area control. The guy who's on the back of the bat tries to scramble to do something, anything, and it appears that his foot is caught inside the thing, and him and his mount just spiral towards the end of the ground. However, one of the other bats, unmounted, makes a full dash movement towards him, heading to like go and pick him up. The other three now make their first attack on the left-hand side. They move their full movement towards actually, sorry, 1 second. One of them might actually make this one. Yeah. So they make their way, moving their full movement towards the rotors, swinging chains and heavy iron hooks, and hook 2 onto the first rotor. And you guys hear an immediate as iron meets iron, and the rotor starts to slow. And you guys feel the whole ship tilt to the side, and the captain begin to shout. The final one swoops up, raising himself into the sky, overhead, and you see him and uses action to light a stick of dynamite, and then he keeps pace with the ship.
All right, DM. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
From the 2 bottom bats are going for the rear port side engine.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to do like an athletic or at least a some sort of check because it's an all attack rolls.
I forgot the D6s. You're right. Thank you for reminding me. 1 is able to still do it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for reminding me. Sorry, I even had the D6s next to the dice. I just forgot. Yeah. So 1 is trying to throw the chain and just throws it into the air, and she starts wrapping it and pulling it up again.
Okay.
The other 2 is now seeing the fire. Try not to approach too directly and make their way, moving their full movement down over here. 1 tries to take a pot shot into the gnomish captain's back. That's a miss. The other tries to take a pot shot. John. That's a hit, I think. Let me double check, sorry.
AC 14.
14, yeah, it's definitely a hit. But that's a single one, so it's only 4 damage. Yeah, 4 damage. It's only +3. I expected that to be more. And I rolled a 1 on the damage, so lucky you. As a bullet scrapes past your side and into the deck in front of you. You see these 2 as well start to pull chains off their belts, swing them around, getting ready to do the same to this side. It appears that the bandits are intent by any means necessary to bring this ship to the ground. You also notice that the weapons they have appear to be brass spesses.
The same
Brass
by
what?
the hotels, by the Colonial Marines.
Indeed.
Good to know.
Okay. It's my turn, right?
Yeah, I'm just double checking. I think that's everything I need to do with my turn. Yep, that's it. So I'm just gonna put another marker here so you guys don't move anything boat again. You can proceed.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a chain on this one and on this one.
No. The back one has a single chain now going through it.
Okay, so there's only 1 chain.
The other one has been thrown into the air and is currently being retrieved.
Okay. I would like to run 45 feet up to here and where the chain is attached, I would like to open fire on it, try to snap it loose.
On the chain?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead. It's a pretty hard target, waving around in the air.
Yeah, it's 27. Does a 27 hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah,
Roll for
that
damage.
hits.
It's 13 damage, sufficient to snap it.
You can snap a link in the chain. Iron shatters into the air. However, it's still ganging around in the rudder. However, no longer is able to be pulled. The ship stops pulling so hectically and is able to like somewhat keep itself right. The captain starts yelling frantically.
Okay. And I'm going to take the second shot at the guy that I shot earlier. Try to take his bat down. Does a 24 hit?
Hits.
All right, that does 10 damage.
$10 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. The one that you hit before is this one, right? At the bottom.
Yeah, it's that bottom left, and I think it's me and John have been attacking that one.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Havel, you're up. What are you doing with your turn?
Okay, so I am looking at the rider that's right here. He's about to chuck a dynamite, correct?
He currently has a lit stick of dynamite in his hands.
Okay.
I will represent that with this.
And do I know that he passed? Because I can't really tell if you put the brain on it, on the rider or the bat. So, was he affected by the static?
He's the one that didn't get affected at all.
Okay. With that being said, I will take my little megaphone and I will scream at the top of the lungs and I tell him, "You suck. You remember back in the day in high school, you tried out for the team and you couldn't throw for crap. You just stink." Give me a wisdom saving throw 17 for vicious mockery.
7 vicious mockery. He fails.
And he will take 6 points of psychic damage, and he's disadvantage on his attack rolls. Hopefully,
well,
that's what's needed.
I'm just gonna mark it off with this. Feels bad, man. Put a crying face emoji on him so everyone knows. All right. Is that your turn?
Yes, sir. You know what? For the sake, as I'm like holding the railing, I'm just gonna like scoot down a little bit. I'm gonna be right next to Saul.
All right.
And that's my turn. Top of the order,
Aslan.
back to Aslan.
Top of the round, the ship moves forward 30 feet. There are no chains attached, so there's no drag. What are you doing, Aslan?
Yeah, I just want to see where the ship moves to, see what I can target. But as it stands, I'll probably. So the one that's falling, he's still being caught by the one that dashed to catch it, right? That one's out of range.
The one that dashed to catch him is going to catch him now. Yeah.
So he's out of range, or is he within 60 feet?
He's 60 feet down as well. He's like falling.
Okay, so I can't reach
So
him.
like there's one round for his team to catch him. That was the round he's currently being caught, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm gonna move 45 feet down over here to get within range of I think is the one that Saul was shooting at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna
The one that
throw
we're
some
shooting at is
axes.
the most bottom one.
Sorry?
One that's all shooting at is the most bottom.
I didn't understand. Sorry.
The one at like it's the most bottom one. This one here. That's the one that's all shot last. This
Ah,
one is
okay. I
last
thought
turn.
you. Sorry, I thought he was shooting at the left one.
Havel just targeted this one with a spell. That's why he's got a crying face, because that guy has been disadvantaged by mockery. He's been mocked.
Okay. Then, then I'm gonna throw the axes at the one Saul shot at the bottom. That's 50 feet, so it should make it. And I'm gonna reckless attack it.
Okay.
So it's long range, so I'm guessing no advantage, right?
No,
Okay.
that would make it a straight roll indeed.
Yeah. So 22 on the first one, 22 on the second one, and 20 on the third one. I'm guessing all three hit.
Bruh.
Yeah. So that's
Roll your damage and describe how it
28
looks.
damage total,
Nice.
and that's my turn.
The creature is not looking happy as blood leaks from its many wounds.
Oops.
Is that your turn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, John is going to walk, or he's going to stay where he is actually, and he's going to turn and he's going to see the guy with the stick of dynamite in his hand, and he's going to, let's see, he's going to make a movement with his hand, and he goes, Urats, Araya, Kinakta. And then his eyes glow green, and he casts telekinesis, and he outstretches a hand towards the guy, and he tries to wrest the stick of dynamite from his grip with the spell. So he needs to roll a strength check.
That's a 16 on the dice.
16.
Plus 2, 18 total.
Yeah. Yeah. So he isn't able to dislodge it then, and that's his turn.
Well, you definitely take a pretty tough yank at it anyway.
Mhm.
This guy is caught by the falling wyvern. Right, sorry, the falling guy is caught by the mysterious creature as the other one disappears below. Yeah, shut up, sorry guys. This one falls below the canopy and disappears into a puff of leaves and branches and twigs. These two try and catch up again, using their movement to now take the back rudder. Both of them, once again, go to swing their chains around. I should have made an intelligence check at the end of the last round to see if the effect is over.
No, it's a con check for it.
Con check? No, didn't you say it's an intelligence check at the end of your turn to see if the effect ends?
Yeah, it's an intelligence check.
Yes, sorry.
The effect ends on one of them.
But remember, it's win check minus the d6.
Yes.
Minus d6, you're right. Does not make it, that's a 6. And the creatures, one of them makes it actually. One of the creatures is not confused anymore, at least.
All right.
Wait, how do I minus this thing away now? Okay, there we go. But the people are still messed up in the head, basically. These two now swing their things around. One of them is able to successfully grab the rudder with his iron chain. Sorry. One of them is still successfully able to grab the rudder with his chain. And once again, the rudder pulls to the side, dipping low. The ship starts to tilt slightly to the right this time, starting to arc. Ever so slightly.
That doesn't sound good.
and starting to pull as he pulls the rudder.
Okay.
Finally, these two on the side do the same thing. Both of them throwing their chains. Both of them able to lodge their chains into this turbine on the right-hand side. And the turbine is wrapped up. The ship starts to descend as energy is pulled away from it. You guys feel it listing, tilting left and right as it fights and pulls even more to the right. Finally, the guy throws a stick of dynamite.
Disadvantaged with his attack roll.
That's a 9 with disadvantage, plus 3, so that's a 12. I literally set the thing to 13.
Did you do -6? Oh no, wait, he passes save already.
He got the save now, so he's good.
So if he makes it, I'm gonna severely barbs it.
He just misses. Plus 3, which is his attack roll, which I expected to be higher. I'm still a bit weirded out by why it's a high level thing with only a plus 3. Anyway, it was a 9 with disadvantage, plus 3, which made it a 12. I set the DC to hit this thing at 13.
Oh, okay.
As he throws the dynamite, and the stick of dynamite bounces off the side and starts tumbling towards the ground. But the ship still lists and turns.
Probably just ruined somebody's day.
Another shot is fired onto the deck, missing completely, whizzing past all of you. But as the ship starts to twist, turn. My turn is over. Saul, you're up. What are you doing?
Okay, cool. So we got 3 chains on the right-hand side, right?
Got 2 chains on the right-hand side, 1 chain on the left-hand side.
Okay. I guess I'll take a shot at the one on the left-hand side.
And I make saves again. Sorry, 1 second. 1 save. Okay, nice.
Does a 26 hit the chain? I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I know you guys ask stupid questions.
Well, I'm just trying to be a good player. I don't want to assume anything.
26 hits the chain, yes.
Okay. Does 8 damage, is that sufficient to break a link on the chain?
It is not.
Okay. What about 20? Will a 20 hit the chain?
Yes, it will.
Okay, that's 10 damage.
That is enough to break a link.
Okay, so left side is now clear. Unfortunately, that is my turn.
The rudder is cleared, and the ship starts to right itself again, but the one blade still being attacked is not helping. But the rudder is at least clear. Soul, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Havel, you're up.
Okay. I am belly crawling. One, 2, 3. And I'm hugging John for support. I'm sweating. I'm like freaking out that we're gonna topple over. And I'm gonna pull out the silhouette of the X. And I'm gonna cast Bane on the 2 riders to the left. To the right. That's chinning up the whatchamacallit?
Do I need to roll?
Yeah.
Clickety clack, what's the save, boy?
Wisdom 17, please.
Fails all around.
The 3 people?
Huh?
3 or 2?
There's a third one?
For the ones on the right, right?
Oh, yeah. All 3 of them.
I need to roll for the creatures as well, my bad. So the 2 guys are Bane.
Yes.
Of the 3 creatures, one of them saves. I'm going to say it's the one in the back by himself. But all of these guys are now Bane, so I have to roll extra dice. Thanks, Havel. Yay, extra dice.
Oh, it's a D4, so don't have to worry about it.
I only have 4 D4s, okay? Jokes, it's enough.
And that is my turn. And I'm still clutching on John. It's like, John, save me. Don't make me fall.
Bane.
John-
I won't let go.
Himself as well as the ship lurches left and right.
And that's my turn, my good man. Top of that order.
Top of the order, and the ship goes again. So, what's going to happen is the ship, now with only one of its rudder pulled, is able to right itself, but only slightly. Unfortunately, it's not able to go back to its full position, going straight. Oh, I can only move. It's too big of an asset. That's hilarious. It's no longer listing it as, I can only do it by 15 degrees at a time. So it's no longer listing as hard to the side. It's now managed to straighten itself, but it's still being pulled towards the right as it moves forward. I'm going to move it forward there. But the chains are still attached. And these guys are actually now dragged along with the ship because they have chains there. But the chains do tighten and the ship does pull. It's not looking good. Which means these 2 try and move forward. Both of them are going to take shots at the engine. Minus a d6.
Yes.
One's gun jam. Then he looks at it and it sparks in his face. Black smoke going everywhere. Powder going across the red paint on his face. And momentarily, they're lost in the smoke. The final one. I'm actually making a morale check for him. And he starts to move away. The one who was rescued, the thing got disappeared by mistake because the guy was mounted on it, but this guy starts to run away, actually. And his mount are not having it this day. However, the rest of the swarm continues to follow you. There are 2 shots across the deck at the Gnomish captain. One of them hits. The Gnomish captain is struck again. He takes a bullet and screams out.
Okay, how's the captain looking prior to the shots?
He'd already taken 1 hit before, and he wasn't looking happy, but now he's looking particularly unhappy.
Okay, so I'm going to silvery wilds one of them.
Wait, I'm so sorry, but
Only one of them hit.
didn't they
I'll
go
reroll
out?
it.
Don't the bandits go after John?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the ship's
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
shit,
you
sorry, my
skipped
bad,
John.
my bad. I started doing everything. I skipped Aslan as well. It was
Yeah.
just the ship moving. Just the ship moving. My bad.
He really wants to kill us.
Yeah.
I was also just wondering why you guys. Never mind. I'm the idiot. My bad.
For our audience knows, at the start of the game, he's like, "Hey guys, look, I have 20 d6s just in case you take fall damage." Okay.
Yeah, he did.
I do have 3 d6s just in case you guys take full damage.
He really wants to use them. Wow. Aslan, you're up.
Be prepared. Aslan, you're up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Yes.
moved the guys. They were being dragged by the ship, and then I started moving the rest of them. My apologies.
Yeah. Now it's a bit confusing, but
Many
okay.
pieces in play at the moment.
Yeah, it's fine. Aslan is gonna move over to the other side of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna throw his axes at the closest bat, the one that's within 20 feet.
At the bat. Okay.
Yeah, and now that he's within 20 feet, I can actually roll with advantage with my reckless attacks.
Nice. Do it.
That's 23, 23, 16. Does the 16 hit?
16 does hit. Their AC is 13.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then it's a total of 21 plus 12, 33 damage.
33 damage.
Yeah.
Baron?
That's a hit. That's a big hit. He doesn't
Is
like
he-
that very much.
Oh, okay, he's still alive. And that's my turn.
Okay, good to know. Thank you very much.
John.
John, you're up.
Alright, John's gonna roll up to the side of the railing, and with his eyes glowing green, he's gonna go like this with his hands, and he's gonna try and push both riders off of their mounts. So one with his telekinetic feet, and the other with his telekinesis spell. So one of them rolls a strength save, DC 17, and then the other is gonna roll just a strength check against John's charisma check.
Minus D4, remember.
John got a 25 on his charisma check.
Okay, so the one rolling a strength saves. Strength check fails. So strength save will save the top one, the one that Aslan just hit.
DM, do you remember to roll the minus D4?
These guys. Oh yeah, D4. You're right. With the minus D4, indeed he fails. They both fail. They push back what, 10 feet?
So, I mean, one of them, the one from telekinesis, John's gonna push him back 30 feet.
30 feet.
Yeah, and the other one gets pushed 5. So he just gets, like, bumped off.
But that is indeed enough. They are now pushed off, but still holding onto their chain. As they slowly start getting pulled towards the turbine, their chain being yanked up as the turbine wraps it up around it. And both are slowly pulled towards the ship off of their creatures.
Oh man, we gotta save them from a grisly death, guys.
If you'd like to find out what happens, you better stay tuned, because we're going to hit a 5-minute break, everybody. We'll be right back with Quest and Quill. See you just now. And we're back with the DM's turn. Where we last left off, John had just finished off pushing these two riders off of their mounts. And like some twisted horror film, they were slowly being pulled towards a twisted demise within the turbines. Turbines, not turbines. Different type of twisting. Within the turbines. And as they were, one whistles and lets go. Not worth it. The other holds on for dear life, trying to pull a pistol from his hip and shooting at the closest person you can see, which is Aslan. That's an 18, which hits.
It doesn't.
Silvery barbs. That no longer hits. Well done. Roll
Well,
the four on the
18
silvery
just
barb.
doesn't hit at all. With the new breastplate.
Oh nice.
So you can say
Lucky
that
you.
the bullet just ricocheted off the new breastplate.
You look down, not a scratch on it. It still
I like it.
glistens with the same white light.
We'll give a thumbs up to Saul.
The three key creatures on the right-hand side start to scramble, and all of them spiral downwards as their riders fall, trying to catch them in time. They also have to roll silvery barbs. They're more or less able to get them all together, but the right-hand side is completely halted, as only a single rider now hangs onto his chain, shaking in the air as he's pulled slowly closer and closer towards the turbine. On the left-hand side, these two see their friend fleeing, and they're also going to make a morale check. D6 as well. They're going to go for the rudder one more time, as they both swoop down. And one actually is able to pull himself sideways, drifting downwards, as his creature begins to just spiral. Because it has Havel's minus d6. The other one, though, makes a good attempt. 19 minus 1, so it's 18. He still makes it. And another chain is wrapped around the side. Once again, the ship starts to spiral and goes even further to the right. As another chain is now hooked into it. This guy flees, and this guy flies forward and shouts to you. Oh, sorry, this guy flees. My bad. Yeah, flees. And this guy flies forward, shouting to you all, "Surrender! Surrender now and we'll spare you! Just halt your fight, we will kill you all!" And then he starts to light another piece of dynamite.
Okay.
So, what are you doing? Havel, you're next.
If I took aim at the dynamite in his hand, would you allow that?
Sure. Has a pretty high DC to hit, though.
Would it be the same as the chain?
About.
Okay, I got a 20.
Fine, bro, you can hit it, okay?
Okay. That does 18 damage to the dynamite.
The dynamite in his hand. I'm gonna make a roll. Because of the way the dynamite is formulated, it's effectively like the explosive and sand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you hit it in his hand, the whole thing will come apart and unravel. And there's a chance that the part that he's lit will come into contact with the explosive material. Would you say above a 10 or below a 10? Or
I'd say above a 10.
above a 10?
Yes.
Spirals. And then I rolled a 13.
Awesome.
As the entire thing catches flame. And the rider and his creature are both engulfed in it for a second as the explosion goes off next to them. They begin to spiral downwards.
I would hope so. I look around to see if anybody saw that.
John was too busy pushing two guys off their mounts.
I'm really...
Saul,
go ahead.
Sorry, Saul. Havel's having a mini crisis right now.
It's fine. It's fine. I know this is a lot. I don't think I heard you say this. Saul does not have like a bardic inspiration anywhere, does he?
No.
No.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna stick to the joke. Maybe the dungeon master will give me some extra, but I think I'm gonna miss. He's going to shout to the guy that's getting sucked into the turbine. He's gonna say, "Don't worry, I'll save you," and then he's gonna shoot at the chain.
Sure. Okay.
However, I rolled a 14 on that one.
That's
So unless
not
you want to
hit
give me advantage for being funny.
Oh wait, wait.
You have inspirations, and you're very welcome to use those inspirations whenever
I
you like.
would, I just don't think I have inspiration. Yeah, I don't
You
have
don't have even
inspiration.
one saved up?
I'll give
No.
you one. You can use one of mine.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Hell yeah.
All right. So let's re-roll that one. It's the exact same roll.
You know what? You know what? You know what? I can't give it to you. I have to give it to you during my turn. Sorry, Saul.
That's okay. No worries. These things
Wait,
happen.
I'll also give you my
I'm sorry
inspiration.
I'm sorry I wasted yours.
Can I also give an inspiration?
Sure, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna roll again. Hopefully this one works out.
But I think we're not supposed to
Whoa.
use more than one inspiration on a roll, right?
Yeah, let's hope so, because I rolled the exact same thing again.
I think the dice are telling us what they want, and we should just listen, hey?
You know what? 3 times the charm, or 4 times the charm. I'll give him
no.
mine.
Okay, here we go. Okay, that one did it. That's a 28.
Sure.
Teamwork to make dreams
Does
work.
anybody have any of my inspirations left?
It's all used.
I do. I got one.
3
You got one.
inspirations
Good.
for this.
Good.
Jesus.
Honestly, I like it. It's leveling the playing field again. You guys don't use them enough.
All right, that's 13 damage on the chain to save that man from certain death.
That's enough. And the chain snaps. He begins to fall.
I hope he has monk levels. If he has monk levels, he'll live.
Yeah, we're not that far. Oh no, we are high up. Was it 20d6's worth of damage?
It's the maximum.
Yeah, he'll probably be fine. Saul's a good person.
Absolutely.
Everybody is tumbling. However, the ship is listing. And Saul, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can
Avel,
do.
you're up.
I'm up. As of right now,
Saul, you're done, right? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm just rolling for the next thing.
so I'm up. DM, there's nothing holding this engine back except for the chain that's wrapped in it, right?
There's one chain wrapped in it that's like just swinging around now, yeah.
Oh, but it's functional.
It's working again. The biggest problem is the one chain still wrapped around the rudder.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's causing the ship to list to the side and also now pulling it more off its course.
Okay. I am going to move 1, 2, 3.
Are you jumping over that railing there?
I am. I will yell out something ridiculous. I'll say, Autobots transform and roll out, and I'll go into ball, and I'll just roll down.
Sure.
And-
Okay.
I roll down and I flop out, and I will use dissonant whispers. Use my megaphone again, and I was like, "You can't hold this ship. You're weak, like your mom told you, like your older brother told you. You can't do this."
Your puny little scrawny skeleton arms will always be weak.
Yes.
No one's helping me.
Wisdom
I
17
have a lot
saving
of-
throw.
Sorry?
Wisdom saving throw. 10 damage.
That's a fail. He takes 10 damage.
And
And then he needs to like try and move away. Does that mean like he jumps off his mount or something?
I think he'll pull the mount away probably, right?
Okay. Makes sense.
But he does that on his next turn, right?
No, it happens immediately.
yep.
As his reaction. So to use his and the creature's reaction to move as far as they can move away, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Then they'll move over here. However, still yanking the chain. He'll let go. And the chain will fall slack. And the ship will slowly start to right itself. Havel, is that your turn?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
No
Yes,
worries.
that would be my turn.
The ship rights itself. Slowly. All of the chains now dropped away. Though there are still 2 clanging away in the right engine. And 1 in the left. But the ship at least seems to be not listing anymore. And you guys are for the most part stable. Aslan, you're up.
Oh, never mind.
Is there anyone else still resist?
No, all the creatures are scrambling. Like as of their last turn, all the creatures are scrambling to like get their riders. And the chains are snapped, so
They haven't officially surrendered, so I'm gonna throw my 2 axes at the closest bat.
Okay.
That's 25 feet, so I'm gonna roll not with advantage, but I'm still reckless attacking.
Good to know.
It's a 25, an 11, and a 20. So 2 hits for
That's correct.
15 damage.
Good hits, good hits. Which bat is that? On this
The
one?
closest one.
Yeah, this one here, right?
Yeah.
That's enough to constitute it. Definitely has been hit again. Bat is not happy. Seems to be screeching in pain and anger.
Yeah, that's my turn.
John, you're up.
John is going. So, is there still one guy dangling from a chain, or did the one that he threw 30 feet he just let go completely?
He let go completely.
All right,
It was
cool.
the other one who was dangling from the chain, and then Saul shot the chain, so he started falling as well, and the bats are like now scrambling to pick them up.
Nice. So, John, he's going to use the remaining time on his telekinesis to try and remove the chains from the rudders. Or from the
Okay.
turbines, I mean.
You're gonna have to make a roll for me on that one because they are now like wrapped and started wrapping themselves more with every rotation of the turbine.
Okay. So just what's it gonna be, a charisma check?
Yeah, give me your spell check. You know,
Okay. Proficiency or no proficiency?
with proficiency, the same as if you're rolling an attack roll.
Sweet.
It's a hard roll.
Ooh. 14.
That's not good enough, I'm afraid. And you're able to pull the chain
John
out.
comes to the ledge and he's like trying to take control of the turbine and the chain, but he seems to be struggling.
So you're able to pull the chain from the side, and as you start like sort of unraveling it, you hear the turbine start to and you hear the grind as you try and pull the chain loose of the turbine as it's spinning, pulling in the opposite direction of the spinning, creating friction.
Oh god.
Is that your
John
turn?
would, I guess John would look over to the captain and he would ask, "Should we land?"
We're gonna have to bring her down. We're losing too much air. We need to make a landing, an emergency landing.
Yeah. No, never mind.
Sorry.
No, it actually is your turn. You might be able to come back because if you're saying that we have a couple rounds of just quote unquote free action, I was gonna suggest the captain to shut this particular turbine. I was just gonna see if I could mage hand the chain, at least some of the chain off to free it up because it sounds like it's seizing, right?
Yeah.
But if you're saying on this coming round, if there's going to be action, then I won't do it.
So for my turn, the bats are able to pick up their riders. First of all. And these two are recovered. This one onto this mount. This one back onto his mount. And they're able to pull back. Though they still seem to be trying to keep up with the ship. They're pulling lower, heading towards the canopy. A couple of them disappear below the canopy. One of them flies off towards the left. And for the moment, it seems that your attackers are no longer present. With that, the combat is over, but the ship is still pulling dangerously to the right. The captain now runs back to his wheel, trying desperately, ever so desperately, to try and right it. He's also wounded, and his tugs with his little gnomish arms are not doing as much as he hopes. He starts pulling you guys towards the waters. It's going to be a hard landing on the water.
John continues trying to remove the chain. I guess he would go to a different turbine and try and remove that one, like one on the left side that got a chain thrown into it.
Yep. Havel, as you try and convince him to turn the turbine off, he tells you, "It'll bring the whole thing crashing down. We can't. We got to land it."
I was like, I'm gonna see if I can remove the chain. I think I could, but you gotta trust me. Can you fly this thing with only 3 engines? Yes or no?
No, definitely not.
Saul's gonna tie a rope around the mast here and toss it over to Havel. So tie that around your waist, and then hand the other end to the captain and pass it on to John and Aslan.
I'm like, all right, and so on and so forth.
Another plume of smoke starts to emerge from the turbine as the friction grows.
All right.
Racing for impact, I guess.
Yeah.
Guys, stop
So
moving
my-
the ship around.
Huh?
Stop moving
Sorry,
the ship around.
That's my fault.
I'm sure it is. As the ship starts to encounter heavy problems, the friction grows. What are you guys doing?
Well, Saul's gonna make sure everyone's secured, and then he's gonna grab onto. I mean, I don't know. Is everyone going to tie themselves down like he's trying to get them to?
I did.
Yep.
No, John's gonna go to the side of a rail, and he's just gonna hold on to the railing, and he's gonna look below him.
Okay.
As you look down,
The
the
ship.
canopy is approaching. It's trying to drag you towards the water, but it's going to be a tight landing. You guys pull down. Smoke billows from the friction now. John, you're able to dislodge the other chain, seemingly without as much issue as this one, but you can't stop the ship from spinning. And as hard as the captain tries, you guys go into a full-on rightward spin, completely seeming to lose control as you guys tilt again, more and more to the side. The whole ship starting to spin as it rotates down, heading towards the water.
I go to the captain. It's like, look, we're going down anyway. Shut that engine off. I'm gonna try to get the chain off.
He looks at you, desperation in his eyes. Says, "You have a minute," and he slams down on one of the levers in front of him. And you guys hear the most horrendous sound of just as brakes and everything just grinds to a halt.
I asked Aslan. It's like hold my rope as I'm going to move and try to rock into the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally step on the propellers and everything and try to unravel the chain.
They slowly start to spin to a halt as you step onto them. Give me a roll. I will need you to roll for me a sleight of hand check as you try and unravel it with your hands. Are you using mage hand? Because that's what you originally said, but you didn't say
Because first I was going to say how thick are these chains? Because mage chain only could handle 10 pounds. If you're saying that these chains are like super thick, I like
Yeah.
they're like maybe 2-inch chains or 3-inch chains. They're more than 10 pounds.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
That's
so
exactly what
so I will give myself bardic inspiration, and you want me to use sleight of hand?
Please give me a sleight of hand. A sleight of hand check as you try and unravel them.
Oh, dirty 20.
Hey,
Not bad at all. Bard's being useful at everything. You're able to unravel it within a short amount of time. The chain slips free from the turbine and from each of the blades, and just. And as you let go of it, a final time, it and falls to the canopy below. The ship is still spinning.
Is that one or two chains that you allow me to get rid
You're able
of?
to do both of them. With a dirty 20, you can get both of them off in pretty quick time.
All right.
Especially now that the rotation has stopped, it's not pulling itself worse. So the friction stops and seems to at least steady itself for the moment.
I teeter back and I like jump into Aslan's arms and I'm like hug him. And I yell at the captain, "She's clear!"
to help, John is gonna try and use his telekinesis to target the ship and slow its spin.
Mm-hmm.
So he can lift up to 1,000 pounds with the spell. So
a ton.
I guess that's his effect would be 1,000 pounds.
Okay, that's more than I expected. The captain will yell, "Someone take the wheel! Someone take the wheel for me!"
All right.
Who's coming?
I guess I'll take the wheel. He's a little gnomish guy, right?
Yep.
So my little weak man arm should be fine.
Saul, give me a strength check as you take the wheel. You need to pull to the left as hard as you can. As
You
the
tricked
captain
me.
runs off.
Okay.
You notice that he's, for a gnomish man, this guy is fucking cut, boy.
I got a 20.
He's built like a piece of beef jerky. That's not the. You need to pull, but as he lets go of it and you take hold, you feel the whole wheel to the side, and you're able to wrestle it back under your control. The ship tilts for a second, but John is able to pull it up. The gnomish captain runs. He grabs Aslan by the side. "Big man, with me!" And he pulls you towards the engine. There at the engine, he taps on a panel. He says, "I need you to get this off as fast as you can."
The whole thing?
It's a metal panel in the side that seems to be bolted in place.
Okay, I'll yank it off.
How are you getting grips because it's bolted in place?
Oh, I know. I'll take my axes and I'm gonna like leverage it into the gap, I guess. There must be some kind of gap.
Nice. Yep, give me a strength roll.
Okay. Am I still raged?
I don't think so.
Sag. That's 22.
22 as Aslan jams his axe into the thing and just rips the metal panel off, exposing what appears to be some wiring beneath, as well as a couple of tubes. And this gnomish captain looks into it. From it, takes a small dagger. It almost looks like a box cutter from his side, and rips one of the things. You guys feel immediately as his whole body is yanked forward and he's pulled into the rudder. And the blades slowly start to spin again. Pull me as hard as you can! Anybody who can! He's trying to get all of you to pull him quickly.
We pull him.
He grabbed onto this thing as he cut it, and he was just yanked into into this large metal compartment that you just pulled the plate off of. He's now been yanked into the hole that you just pulled the plate off of. He's like holding on for dear life. You know, feet are pressed up against the thing. He's like literally holding onto it, right? He's like, ah.
Nice. But if this guy gets pulled in, though, then that means there's going to be a job opening as a captain of the ship.
He's also the designer of the ship. One of the engineers who's part of the building team. You guys definitely don't want this guy lost. I'm just saying.
I'm pulling him. Okay, well.
Who else is helping?
I'm helping, as weak as I am.
Please give me a roll.
I guess John would release his hold on the ship, and he would target the captain instead and try and pull him out with the telekinesis.
He doesn't resist. Please, guys, give me your strength checks. As everybody pulls athletics. Not strength, sorry.
Athletics or strength?
Athletics. As everybody gives a big yank all at once.
And I'm going to give myself bardic inspiration for that one.
Aslan rolls a 25.
I got a 25 also.
Nice.
$15 for me.
You guys all at once yank the captain back out of this metal box. Aslan just ripped the plate off of it. The captain at once lets go of this wire you all have just pulled. You see the turbine. And then immediately turn the other way as if spring-loaded and begin to spin again. The whole ship begins to right itself. Saul, now pulling to the left, you suddenly feel the whole wheel start to pull to the right of you. Start to pull down to the left.
I'll pull the other way.
You start pulling to the right. I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please.
I got another 20. Today is my day.
Nice. You've been making it, bro.
Rolls.
As this thing pulls you to the left, you almost pull to the ground, but once again you're able to, and you right the ship. And for a second, the whole ship is pulled straight. And you guys descend 50 feet, 20 feet, 10 feet above the water. And you come down. The gnomish captain dashes towards you. Pull her up! Pull her up! And if you'd like to figure out how the ship lands on the water, I guess you're going to have to give us a follow, give us a subscribe, give us some likes and comments and love, and join us again next week on the next episode of Quest and Quill. So if you've enjoyed, I hope that all your future rolls are natural 20s. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Bye. Happy Halloween.